Good morning, New Prague area schools and New Prague area community. My name is Tony Boothie, Director of Educational Services, and I would like to welcome you to the fourth episode of SuptTalk on this frigid January morning. Today's episode of SuptTalk will look a little bit different than you are used to seeing in the past. We have Superintendent Dittburner on the move interviewing our winter activities, both coaches and players. At this time, the school district offers 9 varsity athletic teams and 7 high school activities. The sports that are provided here at the New Prague area schools are both boys and girls basketball, cheer squad, dance team, boys and girls hockey, gymnastics, wrestling, and adaptive floor hockey. The activities over the winter time are one-act play, mock trial, knowledge bowl, youth and government, robotics, speech, and clay target club. Winter strength and conditioning is also provided to all students in 9th grade through 12th grade who are not involved currently in a winter sport. That is after school, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday nights. The total number of participants will be shown throughout today's taping of SuptTalk. We hope that you enjoy the show.
We're with Kim Pankert, our athletic trainer, our head athletic trainer. Welcome.
Thank you.
Kim, why don't you talk about the job that you do, that you've done with New Prague Athletics, how long you've been doing it, and the number of kids that you treat, and the coaches you work with. Let's talk about your job a little bit.
So I'm actually an employee of Mayo Clinic Health System, so I've been here, this is 12 years for me, and I cover all the high school sports, so 9 through 12. Any given day, it kind of depends on the season as far as how many athletes I see. Typically we do some taping right after school, then work on some injury rehab, and then I'm there for athletic events in the evening to take care of any injuries that happen.
Okay. How about over the course of 12 years? What's changed the most that you think in your position working with athletes and coaches?
I would say the big thing is the whole concussion realm has really gotten to the point now where it's more on the forefront of everything.
Okay.
I would say that would be the biggest change of everything.
Why don't you talk about that, because it's in the news almost daily. There's a big movie out, concussion. What things are we doing at New Prague schools to be proactive and also reactive when we have injuries like that?
So we do impact testing with the high school kids, 9 through 12. So they do a baseline test with us, and if they do get concussed again, then they would take a post-impact test. So it's kind of a tool we use to kind of help assess their concussion and then kind of go from there. So they're always going to be kind of on the forefront. They're going to continue to be, just because we see the long-term effects that concussions do have on these athletes. We just always hope that they're always honest with us in regards to their injury.
And it's all sports. I mean, you have concussions. What's the frequency, so to speak?
Correct. So everybody thinks like football is your highest incidence of concussions. Not necessarily. We've had a lot of soccer players, swimmers, we have a lot of dancers that have concussions. So it's not just your contact sports that we have to worry about. So
how about in your job? What's your favorite part about your job? Why do you love it? You've been doing this for 12 years, obviously. You like it. What's your favorite part?
Favorite part is probably just being able to help the kids go from point A to point B, from injury to recovery, and seeing them get back to their sport and be back to full participation.
Well, great. Well, Kim, you do a great job for New Prague schools. 12 years, and hopefully it continues. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
With us today, we've got Chris Lonkie, our head boys hockey coach. Welcome, Coach.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Why don't you talk about the season, how it's going right now? We've, hockey, we've had a lot of success, especially the last couple of years. Back-to-back state tournament appearances. You got a little bit younger team that, we know it's going to improve as it goes on. And why don't you just give us an update?
Update, we just passed the midway point. We just won last night, so we're 4-9-1. And we've had 6 one-goal losses in the first half. We probably play one of the toughest schedules in Class A, so that's what we kind of pressed. Like, hey, we're 1-goal losses. We turn those around in the second half, and we'll be where we want. We want to try to get a top 4 seed going into playoffs.
Okay. So who are some of the top teams in the section?
In our new section this year, Breck is probably the one that stands out. They're off to a really, really good start. Delano's got a really heck of a team. We get to play them twice in the second half. Orono, Blake. Mound just beat Orono, so it's going to be a heck of a dogfight for that top 4 seed.
And how many years have you been at New Prague now?
This is my 8th season.
8th season, all right.
Yep.
And Coach teaches physical education and health. What's your favorite part of the job, teaching and coaching wise?
My favorite part of the job is I can have students right now playing pickleball, having a great time, and they're active, and I can talk to you at the same time. That's pretty fun.
How about your colleagues? What do they like to work? Tell who's in your department.
Well,
you got a cast of characters.
Oh yeah, we got Carla Schultz, so she's our leader, and Dan Seymour, he's been here for a long time, and he gets fired up. He's probably got somebody fired up in the weight room right now, and then we got our new basketball coach, who's been a great bunch of energy, Coach Tesdall. So it's a fun to have him around now too.
Well, great. Well, you're doing a great job as a teacher and coach for us. We're looking forward to the rest of the year, and hopefully you're peaking at the right time.
That's the plan. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks. Thank you.
Now we're with Coach John Simmons. He's our strength and conditioning coach for New Prague Schools, for New Prague High School, and also a math teacher. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
You bet. Coach, why don't you talk about your position, your teaching position, and what you do with strength and conditioning. Just talk about your job a little bit.
Okay. So I am the strength and conditioning coordinator here at New Prague High School. And my job is to work with all the in-season teams and with the off-season athletes who we're looking at improving and getting better. I work with everyone from cheerleading, dance, football, hockey, baseball, softball, you name it, I work with it.
Okay. And then your teaching position, you don't, when do you teach during the day? It's part-time?
Yeah, part-time. Well, I'm teaching some math classes, and then I'm teaching 2 phy ed classes here.
Okay.
Strength and conditioning classes.
Strength and conditioning classes. All right, well, good. And you also run the summer program. How many kids do we have in the summer program?
Summer we have over 180 with the high school group, and then over 100 with the middle school group. So 280 kids, that's outstanding.
Good. And how about after school during the seasons? How's it between fall, winter, spring? What does that look like?
Are you looking at off-season kids?
Yep.
Off-season kids, in the fall, we had about 30. Winter here, it's 50 to 60. Spring will probably be back down to 30. A lot of people in fall and spring sports there.
Okay.
Yep.
And you also have some assistant help too, other coaches helping out?
Oh, definitely, yep. You've got tons of help, and I couldn't do it without them. They get the kids rolling here. Without them, so many kids wouldn't be able to function. So great help. Without it, wouldn't be here today.
How about New Prague? What do you like about New Prague? What do you like about this? This is your second year here.
Yeah. I love the involvement. That has been huge. I've looked at other places here. They're struggling to get kids to do things, but here you've got so many people in sports. I think, this fall season here we had over 400 kids in sports, and not even to count music and band and stuff. I bet you get upwards of 70-75% there, and that's what I love, because when kids have a passion and they want to pursue it, myself and the other teachers and coaches here want to be able to help them reach their goals and dreams, whatever they want to do.
So they're motivated, they're very coachable.
Oh yes, yeah, we'll love that. And then parent support, community support, outstanding.
Well, good. And you're also involved in the community, I know, with the church and stuff like that, and you like being around New Prague?
I do, yeah. No, it's a great place
Very
to live.
visible. He's also a part-time rapper, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got some skills. I can rap.
You can rap. Yep, you can look him up on YouTube. Well, Coach Simmons, great to have you here. Thank you for this interview here and letting people know a little bit more about you and your job.
Go Trojans!
Now we're with Brad Skogelmore, Activities Director. Brad, why don't you talk a little bit, give us a little update on the winter season right now. We're right in the midst of it. We just finished the holiday break, how the teams are going, the number of participants, and also let's talk about a little bit about the arts too, if you could.
Sure. Yeah, we're going through obviously a lot of busy nights here this winter. We have multiple times where we have multiple events, boys basketball, girls basketball, or wrestling in one of the gyms, gymnastics in one of the hockey teams home. So we've got our upcoming gymnastics invite coming on Saturday. It's a busy time, and we're competing well in just about everything. And the sports maybe we're a little bit younger at. I know there's a lot of potential there, and we'll be good in the near future. Our kids compete hard. Doesn't matter who they're up against, they compete hard, and that's why people come to watch our kids participate. And that's why our participation rate is so high, with over 70% of our kids being involved in activities over the course of the year. And we have over 300 kids right now involved in sports. And we have our fine arts programs are obviously very popular as well, and doing very well, putting on good shows for our community.
Well, good. Just talking to Coach Simmons, our strength and conditioning coordinator. I'm going to talk about the impact that can have on our program, our athletic program as a whole, and with the team sports.
Yeah, I think what Coach Simmons has done is pretty much promoted what we wanted to do all along. I mean, when we were putting together a plan for a strength conditioning coordinator, we hit a home run with Coach Simmons. He's got the energy. His energy level is far above anybody I know, which is a great thing. Kids love him. Kids love getting in that weight room and improving themselves. He's got them on great plans. They're showing great improvement. What it does also is it frees up our head coaches, so they don't have to be the ones to develop a plan. It might not be in their area of expertise, so they tell Coach Simmons what they want to see improvement in. He puts together a plan and puts the kids to work on it.
I would just talk about one of the other changes the school board adopted. Your recommendation was for all of our students, basically K-12, can get in free, showing an ID or whatever, can attend all varsity events for free admittance now. You want to talk about the impact that's had?
Yeah, I can't thank the school board enough. You for endorsing it. Actually, you for coming, came up with the idea. So I appreciate it. Obviously, we did some legwork and did some investigating, and it's been great. It's just one of those things. Our kids can go from practice, whereas they used to leave because they maybe couldn't afford to stay or forgot their money or whatever the case may be, or just didn't know there was an event that night. And now they can stay here. They can support their fellow classmates and their friends. It's just been a great thing. The kids have really appreciated it.
Good. Now, how many years have you been activities director at
This is
Prague?
my 8th year.
8th year. Okay, so
Yep.
same as Coach Lonkie, I believe.
Yep.
He's talking about 8 years, so
Yep.
goes fast.
It does.
Well, thanks for all you do.
All right,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Let's continued success in our activities program.
All right.
Now we're with Coach Bryce Tesdahl. He's the head boys basketball coach and physical education and health teacher at New Prague High School. Well, has it been now about 4 or 5 months into the year now as a teacher and head boys basketball coach? How's it been, the transition?
Awesome. Kids have been great on and off the floor. I enjoy the classroom. I enjoy the court. Kids work hard. They want to learn, and they want to compete in the classroom and on the court, which makes my job a lot easier.
Okay. How about the boys basketball team right now? You coming off a win last night. Pretty overwhelming win over probably overmatched opponent, Wisconsin, but a win's a win, and hopefully you got better. Let's talk about the season right now, your record right now, and more importantly, how is the improvement coming on the court and off the court with the kids?
Yeah, we're 9-5 right now. I wish we had a couple more wins, but kids have done a great job. We've played a lot of good opponents. We've played Eden Prairie, and I think kids have learned a lot from those games, stepping up from 3A to 4A. It's a world of difference. I always talk about it. It's going from Division II and Division I if you want to put it into NCAA terms. But practice-wise, game-wise, preparation-wise, kids off the court, I've really enjoyed them, and I think we're getting better, and I think down the road we're only going to succeed even more from playing those teams early in the year, and hopefully put ourselves in a position to succeed when it comes to sections and playing tougher games down the road.
Yeah, you've got you start conference play starting this Friday, I believe. Am I right?
Yep. Holy Family comes here, and it's a tough conference. Even though it's mostly 3A teams, we got 3 teams that are in the top 5, top 6 of 3A, so it won't be easy.
Yep. It's a very tough conference for a 3A conference, except for us. How about section-wise? What does it look like down the road?
Lakeville North and Rochester John Marshall, I think, are the 2 favorites right now. I've seen them both play. They're good. They have a lot of talent, but I think our kids at the end of the day, if they stay within what we're doing, we stay healthy, I think we'll put ourselves in a position where not only we compete against those teams, but if the night's right and we play well, I think we can beat those teams.
Well, I'm looking forward to you finishing strong, and like I said, just keep getting better and better, and hopefully achieve your best.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You bet. All right, with us we got a couple student athletes. I've got Griffin Perriott to my left and Carly Madigan to my right. We're going to talk a little update on sports right now. We're going to talk first about the wrestling season. Let's talk about the team first. Griffin, you want to talk about how the team's doing in wrestling?
Yeah, so far we're doing pretty good. We're 9-2. We took second in the New Prague Invitational, and then we placed top 15 at Minnesota Christmas Tournament, which is a pretty tough tournament.
And in that Christmas tournament, you were in the championship match. I heard you moved up a weight.
Yeah, I moved up, lost in the finals to opponent from Castle Manorville, a tough opponent, won state last year. So
He won state, but you went up to get a little more challenge.
Yep. I'll be down back in my original weight now for the rest of the year.
All right. And Griffin, of course, is, if you don't know, is going to Purdue on a scholarship next year.
Yep.
And so we're very proud of you. And then Carly Madigan, why don't you talk about the girls' hockey season right now, how that's going?
Our season's going pretty well so far. I'm not sure what our record is. I know it's above 500
Yes.
for sure. Yeah, we're really coming together as a team this year. We played in the Farmington Holiday Tournament. We got 3rd place. And the season's looking really good so far.
Okay. And one of your players, Katie Skaya, one of your leading scorers, she's gone right now playing with the U.S. national team. How do you take that? What do the coaches say, or as you as players, what is that like now? You hit your first game, you lost a tough one last night to Mount West Tonka 7-5 without your leading scorer. So what's the sort of the challenge in the next couple of weeks with her gone?
Well, obviously we're like upset that she's gone. We're proud of her for playing like with the U.S., but we see it as a really good opportunity for us to grow as a team, and we're actually pretty excited about it because we just really want to grow together and work on scoring without her.
Right. So you'll get better as a team, and then when she joins, obviously that'll be a big bonus. And you'll be going sections at the end of the month, I believe, right?
Yep.
Girls hockey gets going. Who are some of the tougher teams in the section this year to get to state?
The tougher teams, Mount West Tonga definitely. We played them last night. Yep, we're coming back to them hard, and they're pretty much our biggest rival right now.
Okay.
We don't have to worry about any other teams as
Okay.
much as them.
And Griffin, how about in your section? Is it Scott West?
Scott West, Hutchinson, and,
tough.
and Waconia.
Waconia.
is tough this
Yeah, I
year,
heard
so.
Waconia is good. Well, guys, I want to wish you the best as we go through the winter season. These guys are great role models for our younger athletes, and they continue to lead our teams, and we're very proud of them. So, thanks.
Yep.
Not ready yet. And now I'm standing here with Brianna Arnold. Brianna is a cheerleader, and we're going to talk about the cheerleading program right now. And why don't you talk about the amount of practices that you have? You're with boys basketball, right?
Yep.
Why don't you talk about that? How many girls are involved? And
So we have 20 girls in boys basketball, 10 girls on B squad, and 10 girls in boys varsity basketball. We practice Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and we have games usually Tuesdays and Fridays. We practice for about 2.5 hours, and then when it gets to like homecoming season or snowball season, we usually practice every day until 5 to prepare a snowball dance or something like that.
okay. So who's your coach?
Our coach is Coach Wagner.
Okay. Right, Terry Wagner, who's also a middle school teacher. What's your favorite thing about cheerleading? What's your favorite part of it?
I really like the stunting we do at that we do during snowball season and stuff like that. And I'm a flyer, so I get tossed up in the air and all
Okay.
that. So that's really fun. I really like that.
All right. Do you guys ever do any dancing, or you do that for snowball? Or
We do the dances for snowball and stuff like that, but otherwise it's just cheers.
okay, just cheers, stunts, and there's limitations on the stunts, right?
Yeah, we can't do like double stunts where you have someone in the air and then someone on top of them. There's a bunch of regulations, but we can still make it fun.
Right. Fun but safe.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, how's boys basketball going to do the rest of the season?
I'm really confident. I've been to all the home games and most of the away games, and we've been doing really well. I really like the team this year. I mean, it's really fun to watch.
Who's your favorite player?
Lucas Walford. I like the dunks.
She likes the dunks.
Those are fun.
All right. Well, thank you, Brianna.
Yeah, of course.
All right. All right, now I'm with Mariah Simon, senior girls basketball player. Mariah, why don't you let's talk about the season, how it's going right now.
We're doing really good actually. We're about 500, which we could be a little better, but overall we're doing pretty good.
All right, you've played some tough teams.
Yep, we played Hopkins, Lakeville South. The big dogs.
Yeah, the big dogs. Yeah, Gundy does not shy away from anything.
No.
So, how's it going for you individually? What's your position and what's your role on the team?
I'm senior captain this year, one of 4, and I'm the starting 5.
Okay, you're a starter. All right, your role is a rebounder, inside player.
Yeah, basically rebounder, inside, clog up the middle.
Okay, and how does it look for the sections? You guys talk about section play, how that's going to look for you?
We do have a really tough section this year, but I think if we play our best, we could do pretty well.
All right, well, good. Well, I wish you the best. And
Thank you.
Hopefully you're peaking at the right time at the end.
Thank you.
All right.